President Donald Trump's choice to head a federal coal mine regulator, like more than one of his nominees, is a vocal critic of the very agency he's being asked to lead. Stephen Gardner is a longtime coal industry consultant, and he has called the agency's marquee Obama-era regulation the product of one of the most disingenuous and dishonest efforts put forward by a government agency. But in Gardner's case, there is an unusual, and contentious, twist. He runs an engineering firm that produced a report as part of the process of preparing that regulation, and the agency deemed it so shoddy that it cut ties with Gardner's company. Now he's the nominee to head that agency, the Office of Surface Mining Reclamation and Enforcement. In broad terms, OSMR, pronounced OSMOR, focuses on mining's effect on the environment, while the other key regulator, the Mine Safety and Health Administration, focuses on the welfare of miners. State and federal officials at the time harshly criticized a draft report produced jointly by Gardner's firm, ESHI, and other contractors. They blasted it as nonsensical, junk, inaccurate and incomplete, and a piece of crap. Some OSMR staff members went so far as to accuse Gardner of trying to sabotage the regulation his firm was hired to help develop. Acrimony and accusations flowed in both directions. Gardner charged that agency officials had pressured contractors to soften the projected economic impact of the regulation, the Stream Protection Rule. The stated purpose of the rule was to limit damage done by coal mining to waterways, but Gardner and other critics saw it as a strike at the heart of the coal industry. Gardner is expected to testify in the coming weeks at a confirmation hearing before the Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources. Former Obama administration officials and a contractor who worked with Gardner have questioned how he will lead an agency that he has held, and that has held him, in something less than high regard. It has been said that one of my biggest challenges will be winning the support of OSM staff I will oversee due to the past controversies, Gardner said in an emailed statement. While there may be some in OSM that differed with my opinions, many others sent me messages of support noting they did not agree with OSM management during that controversial period. The White House referred a request for comment to the Department of the Interior, OSMR's parent agency, which did not respond to a request for comment. This was no backroom tiff. The conflict between Gardner and OSMR played out in unusually public forums, including congressional hearings. On Capitol Hill, Republican opponents of the Obama administration's ambitious environmental and energy agendas had branded its coal policy a war on coal. They seized on Gardner's claims as evidence that the administration was fighting dirty. Gardner's strained relationship with the agency can be traced to 2010. EXI was among a group of contractors hired to analyze the environmental and economic impact of various proposals for the Stream Protection Rule. OSMR officials hoped EXI and another subcontractor, Morgan Worldwide, would serve as counterweights to each other. EXI worked principally with the coal industry, while Morgan Worldwide tended to represent environmental interests. By the fall of that year, state and federal officials had begun to express doubts about whether the contractors were up to the task. If this had come from one of my entry-level students when I taught college hydro, I would have failed them, OSMR scientist Debbie Dale wrote in an email that November, describing a section of the draft report assigned to EXI. She called it the most poorly written professional document she had ever seen, according to the 2013 Inspector General report. 8 state regulators wrote a letter to OSMR Director Joseph Pizarchik, calling it often nonsensical and difficult to follow. At one 2011 meeting, Diane Shawley, a senior agency attorney, laid the bulk of the blame at the feet of EXI and the other subcontractors. "They've given you a piece of crap, really." To be blunt, she told executives from the general contractor, Palucci Services. Agency officials were dismayed. "In my experience, it was very unusual to receive so much negative feedback about a contractor's work," said Pizarchik, who stepped down at the end of the Obama administration, in an interview with ProPublica. "I'm not aware of other instances where this has occurred." Sean Jensen, the president of Palucci Services, defended the draft report, noting the contractors never had a chance to finish it. "We did our job," he said. "I'm happy with the team's work." In the meantime, another concern had surfaced, this one limited to Gardner. Staff members, who have since left Hosmer, told Pizarchuk they believed Gardner was trying to undermine the stream protection rule. They accused him of being uncooperative.